And now, it's time for Socially Awkward Media with Levack and Goz. Awkward on 104.5 The Team.
Goz, before you begin, do you know what I just learned?
What did you learn?
It's National Eat What You Want Day.
Oh, congratulations to people who want to eat what they want today.
I'm gonna eat the stuff. Okay, go ahead. Socially Awkward Media. You tweet it to us. You message us with it. We then give it back to you.
That's right. You can do it Facebook.com/1045 The Team, at 1045 The Team on Twitter, at the Jeff Levack. You can actually tweet to him. He says that's okay, right? Okay.
Be cautious.
At the Jeff Levack on Twitter and at Tom Goz, my Twitter handle at TOMGOZZ. We start with Patrick. Patrick wrote in, "You guys, I already disliked Susan Waldman, but now all I hear is when John speaks." Sorry, Patrick.
Notice me!
You can listen to the Yankees tonight. 6:25 our coverage starts. 7:05 first pitch, Yankees-Astros. And listen to John Sterling home run call and see if you can hear Susan sneaking her way into the home run call.
She does almost every time, and it's kind of a fun little game for me now. It's just something I enjoy, that just one little extra thing in the background. It's like a mini game, if you will.
John tweeted this in. At what point does it go from just a hot start to this is a legit contender for the New York Yankees?
I think it did that already, but we'll definitely, anybody who's got an argument that it's not just a hot start, that it's just that, I should say, if they get 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4 from Houston, what are you going to say now? Like, there's this, if you're real Yankees, you can prove it in the next 4 games.
We'll move over to the Mets. DRB tweeted in, "I'll save Seth Everett his breath. The Mets are very poorly managed." He's going at Terry Collins.
Seth Everett loved that, by the way. He liked that the second it hit the web. Yeah, I agree. I just think they're poorly managed, but I think it's more than just Terry Collins. I think it's a little Sandy Alderson in there, too. Because remember, Sandy Alderson had his way. Jay Bruce is not a Met, which means your home run and RBI leader of the team is not on the roster. So I have to agree.
There are things that have happened, and Seth brought this up during the question about Terry Collins, that Terry Collins knows a ton of baseball, but things have happened while he was the manager of the Mets that he had never seen happen in 40 years of covering baseball, whether it's injury after injury, whether it's something weird involving the media, whether it's his player going missing before a game. There have been a lot of strain. How about his Yoenis Cespedes riding in on horses and everything else he was doing in spring training? So Terry Collins definitely has had to deal with issues and variables he could have never planned for, but that can only go so far. That's the job sometimes of a great manager. When things go wrong, he's the one who can manage and figure it out.
Is that what that word means?
Yeah, it does. Richard on Facebook wrote this in. "Oh, stop it about Matt Harvey. I just want to know who wrote this apology for him. The only thing real about that apology was him enjoying the cameras on him."
Again, you have every right to believe that. He's proven you right so far. I'm hoping this is the beginning of him realizing that he's not Superman, he's not Batman, he's not anybody. He's just Matt Harvey, and if he puts the work in, he could be a stellar pitcher.
It's weird when people want to read about interviews and what people are saying about them. I get some people have an ego and want to do that. Maybe some people believe that the insight that's coming from longtime sports writers could benefit their career. But it seems like Matt Harvey, every time he is in the news, he's going to go out and find out about it. He's going to go out and try to promote himself. He likes getting sponsored and living the New York lifestyle, but he doesn't like dealing with the New York media. You have to pick one of the two. Jeter was great at doing it, but not everybody can be Derek Jeter and keep everything under wraps like he did. We know this weekend, it's Albany lacrosse taking on North Carolina. The opening round attendance, so we're talking about the round of 16 since the tournament expanded back in the early 2000s, could go down. Some fans aren't happy about it. 614 Lacrosse tweeted in, "Seriously, Buckeye fans? See you Sunday, 5 p.m. at # The Shoe. Go Bucks. Ohio State now trying to break Albany's record after finding out Albany was bringing out 6,000 plus to the game." We're going to talk to Mark Benson in 10 minutes about that, by the way.
You get a free Terrell Pryor jersey with every ticket.
Oh, right at the gut. Swinging left hook, right hook at Ohio State by Levack.
Urban Meyer will play you to start on his team. Pay you. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, I don't think Ohio State's getting 6,000. Sorry, guys, a little late to the show here.
See, you don't have their tradition. Scott Marr of the Thompsons. Connor Field. You don't have the tradition of Albany lacrosse, sir.
Terry wrote this in, which is interesting. This is the most remarkable thing I've read today. I can't believe that the first round attendance record is less than 6,000.
Now, remember, lacrosse is a game that a lot of people don't really know. Like, you know, we're lucky up here that Albany's been as good as long as they have, and that Siena has a good program. Hudson Valley has a good lacrosse program, you know. So, and our high school kids are really, really good. So we're actually kind of blessed up here that it's as prevalent as it is.
Yeah, definitely are. Plus, that first and second weekend in May is really tough in college because you either have finals for students. Some students have already left campus. It could be graduation weekend, so they're not focused on the sporting event then. And there's just a lot of people, like you pointed out there, that lacrosse is still building in that area. Maybe they're out to a baseball game. Maybe they're doing something else. Those first 2 weekends are tough. And also remember, there have been times where they push it to a neutral site and other sites in the past.
True story. I agree with everything you said. Daniel
wrote this in, and it's always my favorite take on socially awkward media. Who is Joe Namath to talk? Namath sucks. Check his stats. Very below average. Had one good game. Joe Namath garbage. Daniel, the hot millennial take when it comes to Joe Namath that we always get.
I'll tell you this. You take whatever quarterback you want. You go get yourself a DeLorean that if you get it up to 88 miles per hour with a certain amount of kilowatts of energy or kilojoules of energy can take you back in time, their numbers are going to suck. Because you could tackle the wide receiver. You could tackle the wide receiver before he had the ball.
We have found out there's no polarizing football player more when it comes to age groups than Joe Namath. If you have a grandfather and a dad and yourself, depending on what age you are, bring up Joe Namath and watch where that conversation goes. Your grandfather's probably going to defend him. Your dad's going to say he was awesome, and you're going to stand there and think, guys, read the numbers. Look at this. I'm watching Drew Brees and this guy and that guy and this guy put up all these great numbers. Namath's not even close. It is an ultimate generational debate. If you're maybe older than 40, 35, maybe it's the cutoff. Anyone younger than that is not a huge Namath fan. We figured that out. It's very interesting.
I'm a huge Namath fan. And his story, his life story is so fascinating.
Well, Peter might not be a big fan of you. Peter wrote in, is that Levack or Kevin Smith from Mall Rants after your appearance on Tuesday on the Upstate Sports Edge on CW15?
I was a trench coat away. That's a fair critique, actually. Peter's just got a good eye for cinema. That's all.
Monty wrote this in. You were awesome, by the way. We were both awesome, as usual.
Dude, the fact that you didn't even acknowledge me as you're sitting there, it's tight on your face, and they're talking about the apology. I've got the Batman mask on, and I slide in from the side. I'm like, I'm sorry. And I slide and you don't even acknowledge me. You just keep talking.
Just I was straight like Pete Rose during the Fox Sports coverage. Don't forget Upstate Sports Edge every night, 10:30, CW15, Levack and I on Tuesdays. Monty, I love this one. So, have you ever been on Facebook or Twitter or maybe even a mass text where people are arguing about things that you're not involved in, but somehow you've now been roped into that argument?
Yeah, all the time.
This happened to us. This is the first time during Socially Awkward Media. Monty wrote this in. You asked Monty's last name as if you don't know other Montys. Thought I was the only one. Sad face. Then Darcy chimed in and wrote, hey man, didn't you forget you're a junior? Where it says Monty Jr. in his profile.
She is probably the biggest Derek Jeter fan you're ever going to meet right there, that Darcy. So glad they're listening. Thank you. And out of respect that you listen, I'm not going to tell everybody Monty's middle name because I know it.
Okay, very good. Patrick wrote this in. Patrick wrote this in. The best foursome would be John Daly, Mike Tyson, and John McEnroe. Wait a second. Oh, okay. That's only three.
No, he's like you plus. Yeah,
okay, you plus. Okay. I would have felt bad if he had three.
Because McEnroe and Tyson might kill each other.
Why are you yelling at me so much, John? John, stop yelling. John, I'm going to punch you in the face, John. John, I swear to all that's holy, I'm gonna feed you to my tiger.
That's a good dinner date, not golf.
Oh no,
good dinner date.
I saw there was a couple going. I can't remember who it was that pointed out. I forgot Bill Murray, John Daly, Bill Murray, me, and then I don't even know who else I need at that point. I don't think I would pay attention to a fourth person. Maybe
What about a president?
Just now I need a hot chick. Now I need a hot chick.
Brooklyn Decker.
Okay, all right.
Kate Upton.
Okay.
Janelle tweeted this in.
Charlotte McKinney. What?
Hashtag Goz hates old people.
Always.
Goz, how old is old? I feel like that should be a question for you.
40. I think it's 40 is when you start hating people.
I don't hate old people. Last one here involved our argument on the air yesterday. What would you rather do? Celebrate your dog's birthday or receive $100 in straight cash? Michael wrote in, straight cash, homie. I love my cat, Ron Artest, but no shot.
That's fantastic.
Now, people took this kind of the wrong way.
I'd sell you my cat for $100.
Margaret tweeted in and said, can I have $100? No. We weren't offering $100 to you. Someone, I guess, tweeted or wrote it on Facebook to you, Levack, that they thought they were invited to Woods' dog's birthday.
Yeah, Corey from Greenwich. Hey, if there's beer, cake, and everything, I'll go. You know, it's like, come on, Corey.
You weren't invited. Guys, come on.
I feel like Woods and his dog's birthday is more of a intimate evening. I don't feel like there's going to be a large guest list.
Don't do that. Don't. That's why it's socially awkward media. We get strange tweets like that. Don't forget, anytime, even if it's not a Thursday, you could always be a part of Levack and Goz. I see that. Don't forget to tweet into the show.
Nobody has more insight than Jeff Levack.
At 1045 The Team on Twitter. Facebook.com/1045 The Team. At the Jeff Levack to tweet into Levack. And at Tom Goz, TOMGOZZ to tweet into me.
Just picture them recreating Lady and the Tramp, like the dog's on one end with the spaghetti noodle. Woods is on the other.
Tonight is the night.
Have you done that, Woods? Woods, have you ever recreated Lady and the Tramp with your puppy? No, not yet. Life goals? He just said hashtag life goals, I think. Who's next?
Mark Benson, for some reason, the athletic director of UAlbany, has decided to come on the show to talk about the upcoming weekend, the historic weekend. Hopefully he's still going to join us.
Notice Volker don't call no more.
Don't do that.
No more
to
Charlie Volker.
Don't.
They bumped me right back up to Mark Benson. That's what happened right there.